What's up, heroes? HeroDan here. Since the Revelation trailer dropped, there's been a ton of reaction videos and commentary content creators coming out with a lot of controversial opinions. And you've got so many people claiming to know what He-Man and the original Masters of the Universe would want. But why are we guessing? Fire up the Eternia live feed! Huge welcome to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Thank you so much for being here. Can you give us some advice for people that are having these very heated discussions about Revelation, some even making it personal to people like Kevin Smith and even other fans?
Today we saw a terrible conflict between two opposing forces, and in the end the battle was not won by some powerful weapon, it was won by a single act of compassion. Compassion means caring for others, wanting to help them. Fighting is often not the way to settle a problem. It may prove who is stronger, but it doesn't prove who is right. And remember, sometimes it takes more courage not to fight.
If you have a friend who needs help, who's having a difficult time, do whatever you can to help them out. Because as you saw in today's episode, no matter how big the problem, one person or one living creature can make a big difference. See you next time.
In today's adventure story, Prince Esker made an important discovery. He found out that a good idea could come from many places, even from his sister. Know something? When you don't listen, you just might be cheating yourself out of a good idea. Besides, where does it say that big ideas have to come from big people? Give others a chance to share their ideas with you. I promise you'll be glad you did. In today's episode, Visto learned that if you treat a person with respect and courtesy, chances are that's the way they'll treat you in return. If you mistreat somebody, you'll only earn their disrespect. Remember the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So long until next time.
Wow, so have compassion for each other and care about each other, treat each other with respect. That sounds pretty simple. Now, I've seen a lot of criticism out there about the physical appearance of characters like Tila and others. Do you have any advice for those people?
In today's story, the Aquaticans were afraid to trust us because we looked different from them. Merman talked them into thinking we were their enemies, and it almost caused great harm. You should never judge a person by the way he looks, but rather by the way he behaves.
Because it's what's inside a person that really counts, right?
Porco, you're absolutely right.
I always am. Today I learned something about judging other people by the way they look. Just because Cambro looked different, I was frightened of him, and I thought he was some kind of monster. But he turned out to be kind and gentle and smart. I hope you'll try to remember not to judge people by the way they look, and not to make fun of them if they look different. People deserve to be judged on their words, and especially on their actions. From now on, I'm going to give them a chance. I hope you will too. Bye!
Today we met Lord Todd, who appeared to be a generous and good person, and Moak, who looked like a monster.
But then we found out that it was Todd who was the monster, and Moak who was kind and good.
You learned that real goodness comes from the inside.
Remember not to judge people simply by the way they look. It's what they're really like inside that counts. Bye for now.
In today's story, I made the mistake of not trusting the people of Eternia just because they were different.
You can't judge a book by its cover means you can't tell from the outside what something is like on the inside. And that goes for books as well as people. Not liking a person because he or she is a different race or religion is wrong. People should be judged for themselves. Right, Katrina?
Right you are, Adam. Right you are.
So long.
Wow, kind of the same message over and over. It seems like if people watched the show, they would have gotten that, right? That's so weird. Wow. Okay, last but not least, it seems like there are lots of content creators out there that don't know much about Masters of the Universe, but they're really just interested in trashing Revelation to get people to click on videos. How do you feel about those people spreading hate and sometimes even making stuff up that isn't true?
Some people think the only way to solve a difference is to fight. Skeletor, for example, his answer to every problem is fight. He doesn't care who's right or wrong. He thinks that might makes right. Well, it doesn't. He-Man knows that. Even with all his power, he always tries to avoid fighting. Fighting doesn't solve problems. Fighting only makes more problems. See you soon.
Well, Orko, Jeremy sure changed his ways.
Yeah, he was acting pretty rotten for a while. I think all he really wanted was for people to notice him. But what good does it do to be noticed if people don't like what they see?
That's right. The best way to get attention is not to look for it. By being polite and helpful, people will not only notice you, they'll like you too.
I'm going to do something helpful right now.
What's that?
I'm going to say goodbye!
In today's adventure, we saw what happens when we make up our minds about something before we have the facts. It's called jumping to conclusions. And anyone who does that will usually find that the conclusion is wrong. That's what happened to Malactha. If he had only... Well, hello, Holly. Is there something you want to say?
Yes. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to conclusions.
That's good advice. And if anyone asks, just say a little bird told you. See you all soon.
Helping his dragon friend sure kept He-Man busy today, and Brindle's tests were pretty tough. In one of those tests to prove his courage, he was challenged to a fight, but He-Man wouldn't fight.
The fact is, fighting never proves anything. Trying to find a peaceful way to settle a problem is usually the best way. And if someone calls you a coward or a chicken, don't let it worry you. It often takes more courage not to fight. Until later, bye now.
Wow, that's some really great advice. He-Man, any last words for the haters out there?
You're just a big clown.
Hey everybody, HeroDan here. Look, I know this is different than videos I normally make, but I just got so tired of seeing all these woke controversies over Revelation. Just enjoy the show. Don't let haters get you down. I think it's going to be fantastic. I feel like a lot of the commentary out there right now that's just complaining about things that are woke just haven't really paid attention to Filmation He-Man. Don't let people ruin your day over these opinions that are just trashing Revelation. And don't let content creators bait you into a discussion or an argument so that they can get more clicks. It ain't worth it. I'll have more commentary as soon as we get more trailers or anything like that. Have a great day, everybody. HeroDan out.